And surely going over the line for the try. Yes, the try is given. Hello and welcome to our second round of action in this season's Inter-Services Rugby League Championship. We're here at Wakefield Trinity's home, better known to most of you I'm sure as Bellevue, but now the DIY Kitchen Stadium, which just this weekend was absolutely packed to the rafters for a fantastic Super League game between Wakefield Trinity and Hull Kingston Rovers. Any of you who watched that game would have not been surprised to see a terrific match and a great win for the home team here. But today it's all about Inter-Services Rugby League, where obviously later on we've got the senior men's action with the Royal Navy against the RAF. But first of all, we've got the women's game with the RAF hoping to get their season underway, and the Navy, of course, desperate for a win after last week's defeat against the Army.
Fantastic game. The girls are coming back fighting every year. They've come back with a brand new squad as well. They're hungry for it, but we're not. We're not giving it up. Not yet.
Well, joining me now then, two head coaches with plenty to look forward to in this game. Jack Limpert from the Royal Air Force, and also Matt Bayliss from the Royal Navy. Jack, first of all, you're the assistant coach of the RAF team. What sort of a game can we expect today from your women?
I think it's going to be like a very tough physical game. Like I say, we've had wet weather the whole week, so we just played down the middle, and I'm really excited to see how it goes in the physical battle.
And Matt, from your perspective, obviously a defeat last week against the Army, so I'm sure lots of lessons learned from that game at Burnaby Road.
Lessons, yeah. Take nothing away from the result. Obviously, the Army did really well, but in terms of the Navy and the progression that we've made moving forward, obviously we put points on the board, and it's worth noting as well that obviously we've not had a pre-season. This is the first time we've been together as a squad, so we're working hard. We've worked on the video footage, and then we're just hopefully going to put that right today.
Jack, we saw the RAF women in action, of course, in the Tri-Nations, or against the British Police just a few weeks ago, and got a very creditable draw there.
Yeah, it was a very tough test for us. That was our first game where I thought we had like equal match partners, and we learned a lot from that match. And like I say, we've had a few matches this year, and we've progressed each time. So it's been a really good pre-season for us. Okay,
so the first time out for you. Clearly not for you, Matt. Any major changes you're making to your team for today?
No, as always, I think every time Inter-Services comes around, we've got. I think last week I had 8 debutants. This week, because they played last week, I've only got 1. But we're building, we're progressing, and there's not really a vast majority of changes from last week. We are similar, but there's just a few ins and outs.
Good luck to both of you.
Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers.
So time now for the action then. Let's join our commentary team, led by our very own Kath Brazier.
Hello, good afternoon and welcome to Wakefield Trinity. We are back in rugby league country. It's good to say after a very good week in Portsmouth last week, this is the second round of inter-services action, and it is the first for the RAF into the competition. Of course, we saw the Navy host the Army last week at Burnaby Road. And first up here we have the women's game, and I'm delighted to be joined by an RAF player currently, sadly, on the concussion bench, and that is Bex Worsley. Yeah, Bex, you're out for 14 days, and it was a training injury. You didn't even get a minute of play.
Yeah, it was, unfortunately. Yeah, we were doing a bit of contact training, and yeah, I took a bit of a beating to my head/face, and unfortunately that's me out for...
You going to tell us whose hip it was that went into your arm?
It was one of my own team. It was, unfortunately, it was Grace. She, bless her, she didn't mean to. It was a joint effort, but she's a very tall player, yeah. And unfortunately the height differences just got to us a little bit, and yeah, she's done a good job though.
Great. Well, we're glad that where the Royal Air Force have lost a player, we have gained a co-commentator. So thank you so much. And our second co-coms is just arriving, Emily. We're just going to give her time to breathe because she is, like any talent, the last to arrive, and she's flying in. Of course, Emily has commentated before for us, and one of the Army team for many years. And just a reminder, of course, the women's game kicks off in about 10 minutes' time. It's been moved forward 15 minutes just to allow for organisation between the matches. And then, of course, if you stay with us, we are, of course, covering the senior men, and that kick-off is going to be at 19:15 this evening, and we will be live from 1900. Bex, so just as we wait for Emily to join us, a really good match last week between the Army and the Navy women. And Emily can join us for any minute now, because I am going to start on a sort of favourable note, but I'm going to ask Bex's opinion first. The Army still, in this sport, are the team to beat, aren't they?
Yeah, I would agree. I think the Army have got a really good side. This is my first year playing with the RAF and playing league. I have seen the Army play, and yeah, they are quite dominant.
Yeah, history says they are, but Emily, just, as you come in so smoothly from your from your travels, there was a really, really good display by the Navy, I thought, last week. I mean, the score doesn't really tell the full tale, but the strength the Navy showed, particularly in that first half against you guys.
Definitely. I think we've seen a real big improvement in the level of play, which is surprising since the Navy didn't have any warm-up fixtures this year.
Yeah.
So these girls must be going out there either working on their skills and drills with civilian clubs, or must be like fitness and things like that, maybe watching more rugby league.
Yeah.
But they've really shown an improvement. So.
But yet again, also, we did see a good crossover from rugby union. Of course, some of the Navy girls have been involved, and RAF and Army, of course, have been involved in the IDRC, and there was a good crossover of players into rugby league. And especially in the women's game, I find that's such an asset, isn't it, having that sort of strength to pull on.
I agree. I think the dual coding, it gives you all those basic skills, the tackling, the passing, they're kind of used to contact. And I think that's something that's very different in all of the services, kind of basic training, the kind of fitness we do.
Yeah.
The Army do a lot more contact, green fizz. that the Army, that the Navy and the RAF potentially don't do, and that's maybe why we're a bit more rougher than the other teams.
Well, I mean, it's strength and depth for you guys, but you know, it's beneficial for the whole tournament, Bex, if guys like in the RAF and the Navy and the Army continue to. We know there are a lot of RAF players who've gone out and played club rugby league as well at a pretty high level, and that sort of brings the standard up, doesn't it?
Yeah, 100%. We've got a couple of players ourselves that have played out on civvy teams quite high up, and a lot of the girls as well playing for local clubs, getting practice in, especially in union as well. So it does help. It helps with, like you said, the contact and taking the contact and building that confidence within the sport.
Well, we are just watching the Navy team warm up at the minute. I think the RAF team have gone in, but it might look that we're slightly delayed by the signs of the fact that they're supposed to be walking out onto the pitch now, and VIP handshakes, I'm told, would be at 16:38. That is not the case at the moment, but doesn't matter. I've got Bex and I've got Emily to talk to. The score last week was Navy 8, Army 34. There's one player missing from the Navy's team. I think it was Holly Cox, who scored a great individual try last week, and it wasn't even like an Army mistake that caused it. She has just got some wheels, but she's not named in the Navy side this week.
I'm really disappointed in that, because she was amazing, and like I said, that speed that she brought to the team, they're going to miss that today.
Yeah, I think that's and Ellie Brightwell, we mentioned the cross code, the dual code. Ellie Brightwell, fresh from the IDRC, and funnily enough, Bex, I said to her, she had a black eye as well, and I said, rugby union, rugby league? She goes, I don't know, I've lost count now. So yeah, she was very much. I think the word I used, I spoke to you and Rachel earlier, is she brings a lot of strength, doesn't she, wherever she plays, whether that's union or league.
Yeah, and I think you need that strength as well. You know, if you can have that mindset of, like you said, she doesn't know where it come from anymore. You can, you know, give that to your teammates as well. So if you've got that strength, it plays through into your team, which then carries them as well. So it's very handy to have, actually, and very good mindset to keep.
Okay, well, as we've got a bit of a lull in proceedings at the moment, we will go through the team sheets. I'm just going to go through the starting 13 for both the RAF and the Navy women, starting with the Royal Air Force. At fullback, we have Lynn Brooker-Brown. On the right wing, it's Frankie O'Connell. Rachel Cousins is in the centre, as is Isla Cooper. And then out on the left wing, we've got Sam Wright or Wayne.
It's Wayne.
Sorry, yes. Thank you. That's probably a maiden name situation or something like that. But
it was just a bit of a mix-up.
Okay, so it's definitely Sam Wayne. Sorry, Sam. Out there on the left wing. At standoff, we've got Kate Allen, who captains the Royal Air Force. At scrum half, we've got Beth Vazier, and that's the backs. In the forwards, we've got Emma Saunders, Rachel Robertson, who seems to have been playing forever, even though she looks still about 15. And with the other prop, we have Leah Bradley. The second rows are Grace Burnett, her of Black Eye Giver, and another second row is Dina Gray, and then loose forward is Hannah South, who's the vice captain. There are obviously a good number of substitutes, and we'll sort of interchanges. We'll bring them in when they're involved in the game. Any names that jump out at you? Obviously, they're your teammates, so anyone who can make a significant difference in this game.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, Grace Burnett, really good player. Can vouch for that myself. You've got Kate, captain. She's a really good player as well. Rach Robinson, she's really good. She's a great little hooker.
Yeah.
And like I said, been playing quite a long time now. But yeah, there's some really good players. Dina as well. She's a little firecracker. Watch out for her. Definitely some good players in there.
Good players. And so the Navy women, again, starting with the backs, we've got Florence Mullett at fullback. The wings are Jodie Mills and Libby Fox. In the centre, we've got Georgia Davidson and Abigail Ashby. At standoff, we've got Alona Bidell, who is a vice-captain, and Josie Parnaby, also another vice-captain. In the forwards, we've got Rianne Dillmore and Caitlin Bark as the props, and then Joanna Banks as the hooker. And the second row forwards are Yvonne Mealy and Ellie Brightwell, who, of course, we mentioned earlier. And a welcome return for Sian McLaughlin. Of course, she wasn't playing last week, and she is captaining the side. And that is a name that most people will know from club rugby as well, isn't it? Sian's a fierce opposition.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to see Sean play this week. Obviously unavailable last week because she's playing for the London Broncos.
There we go, that's why.
Yeah, that's why. I'm also really looking forward to seeing Josie Parnaby kind of in that half role. She's one of those people that you just can't knock her down. She's always got a smile on her face and brings such like positivity to the team. And Jodie Mills on the wing, she is fast, and I'd love to see her use that speed in the game.
And obviously Emily's not at all going to take her feedback back for the Army's game against the RAF next week. That's always mindful, isn't it? You sort of Sian not playing last week, but it is great to see her back. But you know, you'll have a good look at that RAF side before the game next week in Hull.
Yeah, definitely. And if we can get the footage of the fixture, that'll be shared within our training camp, and we'll look at that, and we'll look at weaknesses and where we can exploit, and how we can use our kind of gameplay to make the best of the situations. But yeah,
we are of course live, Emily. It lives on YouTube forever. So yes, for anyone who has joined us, you are welcome here to Wakefield Trinity. We are live on the BFBS Forces News YouTube channel and Facebook. And as I said, it is the second round of Inter-Services Rugby League for 2025. The 2024 score in this match was the Royal Navy 18. This was played at home at Burnaby Road for the Royal Navy, and the RAF 22. I know you weren't playing last year, Bex, but that's tight. Are we expecting similar scoreline, I think, today, or are you?
Yeah, I mean, obviously watching the girls throughout this week in training, they've been training really hard, putting in the effort. I think we've got a good team, and I think we can definitely bring some good scores, hopefully.
So the Royal Navy last year, they raced to a 14-0 lead in the first half, and funny enough, that name again, Grace Burnett scored for the RAF, but the Navy still led 14-10 at half-time. And then there were a litany of injuries, I think to both sides, if I remember rightly, but the RAF then, you know, they've held off a comeback from the Navy, even though the Navy were ahead at half-time, and still won that game 22-18. So strength and depth and resilience, I think, is a word for coming back from 14-0 down.
Yeah, I think that is one good thing that we do have. We do have that resilience, so even if we've been kicked a bit and we are down a bit, we still have that comeback and that grit to kind of keep pushing and no matter what, keep going.
Brilliant. Well, as the teams now finally walk onto the pitch, they will be greeted by some VIPs, which I can read out once the VIPs are on the pitch. And yeah, just slightly delayed here at Wakefield Trinity. We were due to be kicking off right now, but as it is with live sport, you know, anything can happen. So the VIPs that will be meeting the women's team pre-match and be shaking hands any minute now. We've got the RAF Rugby League Chair, Wing Commander Michael Birch, the UK Armed Forces Rugby League CEO, Colonel Dave Gross, the Rugby League Roll of Honour member, Julia Lee, and of course the game that the girls play for here is the Julia Lee Trophy. So she's a name that if you know Rugby League, you know that name, especially in the women's game. Royal Navy Rugby League Chair Commander Sean Heaton and the RAF Rugby League Deputy Chair Chris Anderson. So those are the VIPs. And the officials for today, for the women's match, referee is Pete Smith, who's Army, and then the touch judges are Guy Pallett from the Royal Navy and James Jondrell from the RAF. So nice to see it's a fair sort of complement of tri-service. So you can't blame any one of them for being biased in any way. So we love the touch judges, and we love the referees, and obviously we all know that the game of rugby league or any sport could not happen without those officials. So yeah, the VIPs just shaking hands, and Emily did commentate for us last year at Wakefield. You were here, weren't you? And of course we've got Hull in a couple of weeks' time, and the fixtures every year just continue to be. Considering there are 3 games held, and this is, you know, a Super League side. I mean, we talk about it in rugby union as well. The sort of the facilities that we're allowed to use is brilliant. Bear with me too. Hold that thought, Emily. We're just going to hear out for the national anthem. So here we are, Wakefield Trinity for the second round of Inter-Services Rugby League 2025, and it is the Royal Air Force with their home game here at Wakefield up against the Royal Navy, and the Navy women have already played, of course, as we mentioned, against the Army last week, and then it will be RAF versus Army, or Army versus RAF in Hull on Sunday the 28th of September, as we finish off a very busy September, as we always do with Rugby League, which is brilliant. And it'll be the Navy who've got their first kick-off, and expecting a good side. I'm not going to ask you to predict scores, but expecting a tight, as we look at last year's fixture, expecting a tight contest here.
Yeah, I really think it's going to be tight. I think the way this is going to be won or lost is the kind of mental game, and whoever gets their head down first is going to struggle. But yeah, good luck to all the girls.
The Navy then, with the first action of the game, nicely held in by the Royal Air Force.
She's just teasing there, playing with that ball, trying to get it out wide quick.
And obviously the hooker with always so active in the game is Rachel, but as a hooker that tends to be her role, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Hooker is one of those positions that you are quite involved in, the game full stop.
Yeah, I think
That's Grace.
this is Rachel Robinson's 17th RAF season.
17th. She looks about 15.
She's 40 next year, and that's when she'll be retiring.
Oh, she's going to hate you for saying that.
I think it's common knowledge nowadays. But yeah, Rach is a key member as well.
And a mum as well, so we love to see the mums playing.
She's put here as well that it's her kind of last year playing, so she really wants to go out with a bang and win. So,
ooh, strong words, there you go.
It is strong, but hopefully they can pull through and commit on that.
Beth Vasey then with a kick forward, but that's picked up by the Royal Navy. They're very much on their back heels here, and the RAF have made really good ground to hold the Navy back. And the hooker for the Royal Navy is Joanna Banks, and she'll be easy to spot with a pink hair tie and pink boots.
Jodie was actually a British champion BMX racer before she joined the Navy.
Wow. Royal Navy then off the back of a loss last week against the Army, which I'm sure some people would say, well, that's predictable, but they had an incredible first half, and all you need to do is hold that lead, as they found out last year.
There's some good communication going on down there as well. You can hear it through.
Here comes Lynn.
Nothing to sort of tell us much about either side yet. It's just been that first few minutes is always a bit of a balance, isn't it?
Yeah, it's interesting to know how long the arm wrestle's going to go on for.
Yeah, I would agree. I think the first few minutes we're trying to settle in, trying to figure each other out, trying to get a gist of each other. So
Isla Cooper there with choosing to take the ball herself, but it's only gained them a couple of metres for the RAF. It's a good little run there.
Yeah, that was a good little run by Kate. She's really good at doing those little runs and getting the ball up field.
So we've seen the Navy's game last week. What would you say the RAF's game is? What do you have a game plan based on, the talent that you've got out there?
I think with the RAF team, it's not necessarily a game plan as such. They have been training certain moves, certain tactics, but it's a play it as you see it kind of game.
Okay, so they're pretty adaptable then.
Yeah, definitely adaptable, and they'll switch between tactics as to how it's going and where players are.
So yeah, very much like you said, a what should you call it? Not a fist fight. That would be
an arm wrestle.
An arm wrestle on there.
So knock on by Royal Navy. But see how this arm wrestle goes as each team finds out from each other, and they've nominated to scrum down. So Kate Allen with the ball in her hand at the minute.
Yeah, I think we're still just testing each other out at the minute. There hasn't been too much inventive rugby, but just some big one-up carries. Maybe they'll look to start throwing the ball around a bit more.
So Pete Smith is the man in the middle from the Army, directing proceedings.
Hannah South with the carry.
Nice.
That's Rachel
Lovely
Cousins.
out to the wide. So Cousins still with it. And she's going to keep hold of it. This is good. This is good from the RAF. Good decision making, because she could have passed it out wide, but she tried to keep it tight.
Yeah, she's really good at those snap decisions and knowing what to do in that situation.
Allen again out to...
Yeah, lovely out the back pass there.
Yeah.
Really well defended by the Navy.
You can see Hannah South is going to be quite crucial to this.
Yeah, definitely. Again, really good player, really good decision making.
And tall.
Yeah. We are quite lucky we do have a couple of tall
Yeah.
players.
Yeah. Oh, that's out by... deemed out by the touch judge. So great defence by the Navy. But they'll have to defend their lines here.
Yeah, this will be a real test. See what their try-line defence is like.
So the Royal Navy then, still no score on the board here at Wakefield Trinity, but it is early days. And they've been penalised, so push back.
I think that's Leah Bradley, is it, just playing the ball? We had a bash of heads in the Army game, and she's got a nice black eye.
There we go.
You love a black eye in rugby.
I'm feeling a bit left out now. It's a pretty humid day here at Wakefield. We have, as John Knighton put it earlier, the Yorkshire clouds are above us, but thankfully no rain as such, and it's been intermittently sunny, and it's quite sticky up here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite muggy, which isn't the best for rugby.
Yeah.
Sometimes rain is your friend and foe.
Exactly, rain and mud, you know.
It's what you want.
They're going to come off as clean as they started. But yeah, Navy building a really good attack here.
Just seen several of the passes there going behind the player. It doesn't really set them up to get a good carry of the ball. So
No, they're
hopefully they can
a
work
bit
that.
static at the minute, isn't it? Yeah. So at the end of that set,
That's Sam Wayne.
not Sam Wright.
Not Sam Wright, no.
See, we get handed these names and numbers, and we don't know what's right. So I'm so glad you guys are here, because
Got an interesting fact about Sam Wayne.
Emily facts, I love it.
She's lost 7 toenails in 3 years.
From rugby league.
And she's really proud of it too.
Oh,
Yeah.
7 Does that mean, are they gone forever? Do they grow back?
I
Can you
think they
lose
grow
them?
back, but I think she loses them again.
Are her boots, do they not fit?
We need to be getting that girl some help.
Oh,
Yeah.
7 Oh my god, I mean, ugh.
I'm going to dob her in a little bit here. She's actually borrowing boots from myself because she forgot hers.
Well, that's why she's losing toenails. She's not wearing her own boots.
Exactly.
I think that's definitely a fine for kangaroo.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely been fined.
Well, there you go. I love this. Emily definitely comes better prepared than us, so lots of more interesting facts to come.
Some of them I actually think are unreadable this year, unfortunately.
Some of them aren't true. They want you to read it out.
Yeah.
That's what happens. So still no score here at Wakefield Trinity, and the RAF
That is
currently
a good little run by
really
Rachel.
great run by Cousins there.
Yeah, great meters after contact. Lovely spin there.
Finally taken down, and yeah, the RAF have gained about 10 metres here. That's a good stop though from Joanna Banks, the Royal Navy hooker. Hooker to hooker, there's Rachel Robinson picking up the ball herself.
I want to see Grace have a carrier, really.
I think give it time, we'll definitely get there.
Oh,
lovely
right well with the
steal.
intercept, yes.
Straight
Well,
on with that
that's going
defence
for
though.
Navy too, yeah. But that's Brightwell doing what she does best. Just being a nuisance basically to the other team.
Rachel seems to be down at the moment.
Okay, so we'll have a check on Rachel Robinson. And it could well be one of those brutal collisions Just looks like a bit of cramp at the moment, so maybe her knee.
Yeah, potentially. I know the knees do take quite a hit sometimes, and yeah, if you get a knock to it, it does hurt quite a bit.
She's all right. Old Twinkle Toes is back up. She does sort of walk on her tiptoes a little
She
bit.
does, yeah. I have noticed that.
I think
Anything for that extra bit of height, I think.
does look like she's going to go off though. She's
That's a real
limping, so
shame.
we're going to have a going to rely on you, Bex, to tell us who's coming on.
So that is Amy. Amy Ayres.
Amy Hares. Okay.
Interesting fact about Amy is she is our shortest player at 4'11".
Yes, Amy. God, even I'm taller than her. This is.
She's little, but she's feisty.
Oh yeah, it's not about the size of the dog in the fight. It's the fight in the dog.
Exactly.
And I'm not calling Amy a dog.
No.
Just like to point that out, Amy, if you listen later. But yeah, us small people pack a lot of power. So no, sorry.
I was just going to say, I hope that's not a big injury for Rachel there. Like I said, this is going to be her last instance.
Exactly.
Hopefully she can get back out on the pitch like half an hour or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, knowing Rachel, I think she will. I think she'll have a
gonna get
minute and
checked
then
out.
get it checked, and then when she's cleared, she'll come back.
So the Royal Navy then, still no score here at Wakefield Trinity.
Maybe just looking for that offload, but not with that option there that we wanted.
They seem comfortable taking it into contact, but oh, lovely. Bit of a blind pass there, but Jenna Banks,
Oh, this is
absolutely,
great.
yeah, this is brilliant. Jodie Mills for the Royal Navy. That's that really knowing your team. None of them looked when they made the passes. They just relied on their colleagues to be there.
Can be risky though if you don't look.
Oh, of course.
They want to really try and go wide left here. They've got massive overlap.
Massive overlap. Yeah, they've got to need quick ball. Banks then.
I'm not sure they've got the depth in the line to get it there.
Yeah, I think if they would have a bit more depth within that line, they could definitely pass it out quicker and utilise them gaps.
Oh,
it's a
lovely drive.
lovely run. Yeah,
Oh,
no one
great
expected
tackle.
that, you see. I think they're all expecting the pass out to the left, but
I believe that was Leah that might have saved.
yeah, it was brilliant. Brilliant tackle on the line.
Yeah.
But the Navy
Exactly
have
what
it
was
again.
needed.
So the RAF go again, deep in their own territory. But the Navy definitely with the first most positive attack we've seen so far. Great carry there from Cousins.
Yeah, getting a little bit high there on the tackles for me. It's, they're really strict on in our fixture against the Navy.
Okay. Yeah, I think maybe just showing they've got the numbers there in defence. Unfortunate knock on
That was
there.
unfortunate.
Yeah. And that was Dina Gray. And that's just one of those things, you know, I think she caught the ball before she caught it and therefore caused a knock on. That makes sense in my head, by the way. You know, when you think you've already made the pass or something.
Yeah, I think
And so
sometimes.
you're not doing it on the fly.
Yeah, sometimes you do get a step ahead of yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you've gone second job instead of doing the first one.
Yeah.
I'm really interested to see what the Navy opt for here. They've got an even split each side, so if they're going to pull anything fancy off.
They have got some strong ball carriers through the middle as well, as we've witnessed just now, and definitely against the Army last week. Yes, they do have space, but again, they're quite static on the line. They need that more accelerated pass onto a more accelerated run.
Yeah, I think they need depth because at the minute they're all just like very rugby union-esque,
Right.
like back in a line, which gives the passer only one option. Whereas rugby league's all about those leads and trails and having that kind of shape. So hopefully they develop that.
And it means the runner, you know, who's coming in to take the pass is already gained some speed. That's lovely though from Banks. Yeah, she's got a really good turn of pace, and the Navy looking threatening again.
I think that's several times now that the hook has made loads of metres by sniping around the ruck, and potentially saying that both teams need to look at tightening up with the markers paying more attention or maybe coming off the line quicker.
And Caitlin Bark and Rhiann Dillmore, the two props, just such strong ball carriers as the Navy get ever so close to the line. Great defence from the RAF.
Yeah, did well to get under her then, really drove her back.
Yeah, that was Emma Saunders, I believe, and Hannah South.
Hannah South again. But yeah, so she in fact she's calling forward Rhiann Dillmore because they want to push over try really here, and I think that's what they're gonna. Oh, sorry, it's not even the Navy's ball. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's RAF again, deep in their territory, but
just trying to make ground out of that end zone.
Ooh, wow, that was a tackle and a half.
Yeah, Leah loves to put her body on the line like that,
Yeah.
doesn't she?
So Dina Gray again.
A good offload.
That is Isla, I believe.
Yeah, Isla Cooper. And the RAF using the space. Oh, unlucky, another. Well, it's deemed to go backwards, so still RAF possession. No knock on there.
Sometimes you do get quite lucky with the knock on if it does go backwards.
Oh yeah, so RAF definitely got.
Oh, lovely run there.
Hannah South again. And the RAF have definitely got a little more.
So that just with that's Frankie O'Connell. She does quite a lot of physio with us as well. She's really good.
Oh, so she's gone straight down.
Yeah, she goes straight down and helps us out whenever we're down.
Yeah, I think it's Hannah South that's down.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she said she missed the last inter-services due to deployment. But before that, she won the player of the match, scoring 2 tries in this fixture.
There we go. Yeah, and she's definitely a name we've mentioned already a few times, and we've only been going a matter of about 15 minutes, so.
Yeah, and I think this is going to be her last inter-services before she leaves the service.
I believe so, yeah.
There we go. Inside knowledge from both camps here.
And fingers crossed we can send her on her way with no injuries. Let's hope this is minor.
So we are hoping to, and this is an advert for any Navy personnel who want to join us on comms next week, because of course the Navy will have played both their fixtures in the first 2 weeks, and yeah, we're looking for. I've put a call out to Matt Bayliss and his girls, but I think it's more a travel thing, and obviously you have to get time off work and all the rest of it, but yes, we're still keen for a Navy co-coms for next week's game in Hull.
I actually want to name drop Becky Boskill. I know she's just given birth, but bring the baby.
We've had children and dogs on commentary before.
Yeah.
So it is possible.
I'd love to hear her doing the commentary.
I think you've really landed her in it there.
I'll drop her a text.
My friend's just had a baby and I'm not going to speak to her for a month. I'm going to leave her be. She does not want to leave the house. So Lulham, just as we're checking out Hannah South here, and she's just having the medics look at her, and you said that's Frankie O'Connell, who's a physio, so Frankie's in there. Giving her a hand. Sorry, I seem to have a September cough.
Yeah, so with Frankie, like I said, she does do quite a bit of physioing for us, which is really nice. She also represents the RAF at minimum weight boxing.
Not that different, boxing and rugby league, are they?
No,
Both
pretty
pretty
similar.
brutal.
Get
Both get black
and
eyes,
white.
exactly. So Hannah South then probably unlikely to play any further part in this game.
So I believe coming on then was Jess Wood, I believe.
Yeah, apologies. Main presenter, commentator has a cough. So I do apologise for that. You've obviously found a bit that you can't say on live broadcast.
No, it was just more of a chuckle. Being a natural ginger, interesting fact about Jess is she's not a natural ginger.
Are you ashamed of not natural gingers?
Listen, if they want to be a ginger, they just want to be part of the club, that's all
Yeah,
it
of course.
is.
It's a very exclusive
It
club.
is a very exclusive club.
Exactly.
Very in nowadays, apparently.
Oh, I should tell my other half that, he'll be pleased. So, after a little injury break there, we're back in action, and it's the Royal Navy who have the ball. Banks out to the right, but
Just straight in there.
yeah. And yeah, as the girls have been saying, the Navy really needed to come from deeper, really. Passing's just a bit flat, but they have had the probably been the most threatening on the try line so far, but still no score here.
That's a lovely win there.
Yeah, some really good footwork there.
That's Beth Vasey from the Royal Navy, wearing the number 7 shirt. And yeah, gaining at least 25 metres out of him there. Oh, good. I was going to say good carry, but she dropped it. But
it's because there was a panicked call of 5th and last. And
okay.
Yeah, so I think she was trying to get the offload away so the kick could come.
Those sets are a killer, aren't they?
I think sometimes, though, with the 5th and last, you've just got to be really careful and don't rush it, even if it is a panic, if that makes sense. 'Cause the more you rush it, the worse the kick's going to be.
It's funny, isn't it? Because it's the absolute stable of rugby league, having those sets. Everyone knows it when they come in, but I can imagine that kind of like, oh no, we haven't got 800 other passes we can make. You suddenly have to do something with it.
And I think as well it comes down to the communication. If you're not hearing the calls and your team aren't passing it down the line as well.
So it's really hard to keep track of what number you're on, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
For us, we employ our wingers to be the tackle counters, and we expect that communication to come pretty loud. And if it doesn't, then yeah, it really messes up our game. End up carrying in on the 5th and last, and we really don't want that.
I'm sure the wingers think they're pretty special as it is, but they've given them another specialised position.
There we go, we got that carry by Grace, as requested.
Yeah, I still want more. I want to see the forwards really put through some work here, because, like I said, we're not having much shape, so we really need some big one-up carries here. Oh, a bit of a mistake there.
That was good by Jodie. Getting on top of that ball, getting it back for us.
Well, I think I mixed up the scrum halves the other. I think I said Beth Vasey. It was actually Josie Parnaby with the Navy carry. And then we've just seen a carry by Beth Vasey as the RAF come ever so close to the try line. This is probably the best we've seen of them so far.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's another really
Jodie
good carry.
Rawlinson is over.
Oh, she's over.
She touched down.
Is she up? Held up. Well done to the Navy.
Such a shame.
I mean, there were at least 4 Navy players on it. That would have been unlucky if she'd been able to touch down. But brilliant from Jodie Rawlinson, who is brand new on. Held up on the line, but the RAF will have another go. And that is Beth Vasey, not the Navy player.
Navy's got a bit of a gap in the middle of the pitch there.
I mean, this is the perfect. Oh, that was unfortunate, but still in Navy hands. Lynn Brooker Brown there, straight into the arms of the Navy, but that was actually a good
Nicely
kick.
taken. Great meters.
The RAF really need to follow up that kick, didn't
Yeah,
they?
they definitely need to chase onto that kick. It's unusual. We are usually quite good at chasing that quick kick, but maybe it was just a bit unexpected that time.
So still no score here yet. We are a good,
Lovely leg drive.
well into the first half here. And just a reminder, of course, that the men's match kicks off at 7:15 this evening. We'll be live again from 7 o'clock. John Knighton on commentary with Damien Clayton and Richie Metcalf. So John thinks he probably won't have much to say, to be honest, with those two chatting away. But that's what we want to hear. You guys know the game and the players better than us.
I think something the Navy might need to work on is get a bit of extra distance on these kicks. We want to be really pushing the RAF back down into their kind of danger zone.
Yeah.
But they haven't really done that yet.
That's a really good drive by Dina.
Yeah, it's still very much the arm wrestle that you guys were talking about in the first sort of 5-10 minutes. And we've obviously seen a very nearly score from the Air Force, but held up by the Navy. And so still no score yet. Very much 50-50.
Oh.
Still in RAF hands. Amy Hares is very similar in her mannerisms to Rachel.
Yeah, very,
It's
very
like
similar.
maybe she's based herself, but she's very similar in the mannerisms.
Yeah.
She's learned from the best.
That's a lovely, better kick up and into. Goes the Navy way, but there was some RAF hands in there.
Yeah, I think it was just a bit of a commitment issue there. We just needed to commit to the catch.
They've tried that really big high up and under ball because it worked well for them last time because the Navy actually had a knock on and
Yeah.
into the player in front of them.
But they've got to follow it up. That's what we're saying about the
Yeah.
There was someone there, but I mean, with tall players in the side, potentially that's what they need to send forward.
Yeah, you want them up there competing for it, don't you?
Royal Navy then in their second match of this tournament. They were defeated by the Army. Oh, good bounce. Oh, taken by the RAF then. That could have, it was a good bounce for both teams in a way.
I think they needed a bit of a communication there. I think the two Navy players might have bumped into each other.
That's Ellie Brightwell taking another knock for the team. And yeah, feels like quite a calm game. It's sort of, I don't know, it'd be interesting half-time chats, I think. Not lacking energy, it's more that sort of no one's sort of made an impact yet.
I feel like no one's really settled yet either side. They're kind of still trying to settle and trying to figure each other out, and one side just needs to make that commitment and get into it.
Yeah.
Like I said, this arm wrestle was going on a really long time. It'd been really tiring for the girls. The ball hasn't been off the pitch very much at all.
And it's humid. Humidity will be sapping as well, as we see Matt Bayliss, head coach for Royal Navy, keeping his girls motivated. Always in the brightest of shirts and always wearing a beanie.
I think it's a shame. I think the Navy's losing him as well this year, going on to other ventures.
Well,
I do think we've just had a change as well. I believe we have lost Kate Allen.
Oh, okay.
And we're gaining, I think it's Eloise Messam.
Yep.
And I'm not sure who else came on.
So Kate Allen going off, that wouldn't have been part of the script, would it?
I'm not sure. I wouldn't have thought so. There might just be some...
might be a niggle.
Yeah, a little niggle or just a little bit of game time for others.
Okay.
Maybe it's tactical. Who knows?
Who knows?
I know. So the RAF with the foot in here. And yeah, one team really needs to take this game by the horns. It's pretty even at the moment.
Great gang tackle there.
Love it when someone needs three people. And that was Eloise Messam, her first contribution. Still no score here then in the second round of the Inter-Services Rugby League women's competition. This is the RAF home game here at Wakefield Trinity. The Royal Navy already having played their first game last week against the Army. So this will be their tournament over regardless of the result. Oh, lovely tackle there. But she's managed to make a few metres. Jess Wood from the RAF.
It says here in my notes that she's really looking forward to playing more rugby league, and I think potentially that's what all the services need, is girls able to have access to and represent at rugby league, because it's difficult depending on where you're posted, isn't it?
Yeah, because these inter-services games come round, and you were saying, of course, that the Navy had no warm-up fixtures, which must be pretty hard to come in cold like that. But we do have, as the years have gone on, we do have more players playing at club and civilian level, and that would, you imagine, not only make them better, but more ready when inter-services comes around.
I'm really hoping that the Seven Championships gives the Navy players more opportunity to play rugby league, because obviously having most of their postings being down south, they're pretty limited. I know for us as the Army, because we compete in that league, girls, if they don't play for us, it's quite torn for them, because they don't then want to play against us.
And so that's you entering as an Army team into the south of the league.
Yeah, it's called the Southern Conference now. Since London and Cardiff left, we've gone down, and I think it's been difficult for us not having that same high-level competition to come as prepped as we usually would for this fixture. But everyone's very used to scoring tries, so hopefully that helps us out.
Yes, this game needs a score either way. I mean, it's good to see an even game, but I think everyone, including the players, will want to see some sort of score on the board.
I think that'll do a big change in the game as well. When a try is eventually scored, I think it will push the game one way or another.
Yeah, it just means you can settle. And you were saying just a moment ago that neither side really looks settled, and yet we're almost at half time already.
See what the Navy can do with this.
Yes, the RAF dispossessed there by pass. It didn't quite go to hand, so the Navy fortuitous in getting it, but yes, they need to make the most of it. Susie Farnaby getting in a fight.
It's hard to fight with someone so smiley.
I think sometimes that's worse, isn't it, when they're smiling at you?
The smiling assassin.
Yeah.
Royal Navy then just taking their time.
This is really good.
Very good at these quick breaks. Banks taking her role as hooker very seriously.
The RAF have done well to slow that tackle down there. It's given them a chance to drift out, because the Navy did have an overlap on the right.
There's going to be a kick forward, but wasn't quite. Yeah, didn't quite have enough on it. But I think, the Royal Navy bringing the RAF down again, and they are left with a lot of ground to make up. So the Navy again, not quite. Failing at the last hurdle, unfortunately. It was the right thing to do, a little kick forward, but it wasn't really towards a Navy player, and the RAF smothered it on the try line.
I think if that kick just gone a few more metres and been over the try line, they could have tackled over the line and been rewarded. But
Messam clearing up for Air Force colleagues, and they've got it all to do again, but that won't help. Messy pass back.
That's a bit of a different decision.
Does this make you nervous, Beck?
A little bit, yeah. I was going to say
you're very quiet at the minute.
Yeah, that I don't think Beth will be happy with that one, but
yeah, you're
in the
feeling
game,
it for all your teammates.
Yeah, in the game, the moment gets to you, and you make the decision that you can, and that's what she'll have done. So
the Royal Navy have another chance. Great tackle.
I will say they're doing really well on defence. Like they're utilising what we've been practicing, which is good. It's good to see.
Navy again with a bit more space.
Lovely line. I think and that's probably the first time we've seen the Navy actually get that kind of movement of a wedge off there. And they've been rewarded with that.
Banks is loving the quick ball, and I'm loving that.
Yeah, we were lucky there that the communication got Eloise to turn back around.
Out the back.
And they got space.
They need more depth.
Yeah, definitely playing with much more fight at the moment, the Navy.
Yeah, I think quick hands would help them here.
Yeah. So still no score here. And we are almost half an hour in. Not over half an hour in. And it just looks like rinse and repeat. The RAF again having to play from behind their own lines.
Yeah, I think the Navy at the minute is winning their kind of territorial thing. We've stayed down here for quite a while, and I think that's going to suit them because, like I said, they've got a short kicking game, so fingers crossed that helps them get over the line next time.
The RAF then victors in this fixture last year, 22-18. But in fact the Navy were up 14-10 at the half-time point. And Navy pleased again, so another opportunity, and really given the opportunities, I think the Navy should really have scored now. They really need to use this.
Yeah, this is the time.
I think some words have in there with Coach Jack onto the team.
What do you think he's saying?
It could be a multitude of things. It could be we need to push the attack more, hold that defensive line. Yeah, it's hard to say because we have had to work on defence quite a lot.
It is showing. It's good.
Yeah.
You know, you're the reason that the RAF, the reason the Navy aren't scoring.
Yeah, like I said,
but they've just had so many opportunities.
Yeah, and I think that's probably what's been said. You know, we've had the opportunities, we've missed them, so utilise them.
Oh, lovely run
that
there.
That was a really good run, yeah.
That's Josie Parnaby again from the Navy women.
They need more depth here.
Very spread. Sort of relying a lot on individuals in there. But, you know, they're only now a metre from that line, and they've still got plenty of the set left.
Let's hope no try-line fever. Let's get it.
Yeah, and the RF just needs to keep that defensive line now.
Absolutely. Well, it's doing them well so far. There's no room for indecision here from
yeah, that was the right call, 100%
lovely.
Right call.
Yeah, not a lot of space out there on the left, and the Navy bundled into touch, and the RAF defence shines through again. Now they just need to convert that into an attacking move.
Hopefully finish with a good long kick and end at the other end of the pitch and really make the Navy work their way back down.
Yeah, like you said, Emily, I think the Navy definitely winning on the possession stats, but you would think a team with that much possession would have scored by now, so a good thing, but not necessarily a bad thing.
Nice. She did really well to get under Grace there. Grace, a big, tall, strong girl.
Royal Air Force then. Coming from very near the try line again.
Making some good ground at the moment.
Yeah.
That was a good save from that.
Oh, Rachel Cousins,
and such
lovely.
a good carry. She's so good at carrying, Rachel Cousins.
She's
so good at it.
Navy are going to have to work at slowing down the tackle. They're struggling to get back to the line on that last tackle.
Yeah, we need to utilise that as well. We need to speed the ball up on that then.
So end of the set for the RAF. Kick not really with enough on it. But the Navy not carrying it forward.
Again, it's a really good run, but
yeah,
forward would be.
Now she's going forward.
Yeah.
Florence Mullett there with the ball.
But I get it again. When you've got a line in front of you, you sometimes do just want to run sideways.
Well, of course, you just
try and get around it rather than through it.
And there's an argument that she's keeping hold of the ball, keeping it safe.
Yeah, possession's key.
So the action right down here in front of us as Navy try again. Jenny Williams with the carry.
So much more attacking options now for the Navy. There's
been a couple of those have gone awry. Still gone backwards though, so it's back with Josie Parnaby, who's made some great siding runs into the RAF defence, but that has been very solid. So coming up to half time here at Wakefield Trinity, still no score from Royal Air Force or Royal Navy women. So So I should think there'll be some strong words.
Yeah, I think the changing rooms will be an interesting place to be.
That was really good pressure on that kick there. It's put him in a bit of a situation.
And do you think sometimes they're not identical, their games, but perhaps when you meet a side that's got similar strengths, it almost cancels each other out in a way sometimes?
Yeah, I would agree. Like attack and defence. Again, if you have a similar attack to the defence is always going to counter the attack. I think in that case you need to reassess and change up your tactics maybe, try and work out a way through.
So yeah, it's very there's something, I think it's the humidity. It feels like that's affecting the game, and NG levels just need to possibly get a kick at half time.
I think ball handling's been pretty good.
Yeah,
the conditions have been for that. We haven't had many scrums at all. So
no, I don't think it's not dewy out there or anything. It's just that heat can sometimes be a bit sapping, and we don't have much of a crowd here. It has to be said. So sometimes that brings up the volume, brings up the energy of the game.
I think we had great support last week when we were down in Portsmouth.
I nearly lost my hearing. That stand is intense at Burnby Road. I had to put some headphones on to keep me safe. But yes, you did have a lot of support.
Super fans.
Well, it's great when you have the Academy game first. And I should mention, of course, the Academy score from earlier today, the RAF 20, the Royal Navy 28. And it's great to have that, and then the men's game as well later, to have 3 fixtures. You're going to have the support of the other sides. And yes, the Army Academy men last week definitely made themselves heard.
Oh, it's this lovely attack, this.
Oh, the Navy now.
Oh,
they're siding through.
No, right decision. Keep hold, keep it safe. Go again.
It was a great tackle by Beth Vasey because she held her hand so she couldn't make the pass off.
They're going to have to go wide left.
Straight in there again, straight in there with the defence again.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Very, very cynical defence in a way. And this could be another one, but that's lovely taken.
Tackle over the line. Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I was on about earlier on when I said they just need a few more metres on that kick and they'll be rewarded.
I mean, it was a good take by the Royal Air Force. It was Isla Cooper, yeah, but she was put upon immediately by Royal Navy, and yet again they're having to play from behind their lines.
Well, Navy get a whole nother set now because they'll have to kick to him, drop out. Well, that's not gone as far as they'd like either.
No, I can imagine not.
Come on.
Couldn't the Navy score here just before half-time? They've got a whole set to do it with. And he's called a try. That is a try for the Royal Navy. They'll be delighted with that. They've had a lot of attempts and they have finally scored. And we have a score here at Wakefield Trinity. Royal Navy with a try. And they are 4 points to the good.
And we'll see how that affects the kind of motivation in the teams, because like I said, I think the first try is going to be a big kind of a head drop for the other team.
Yeah, although it does come before a break, doesn't it? So you've got that time to sort of regroup, and it that has gone to Libby Fox from the Royal Navy, who bundled over, and she had a good amount of the RAF were there, they were defending, but Bex, this won't throw them. We've seen, we were talking about last year with the Navy with 14-0 up on half-time, so it won't throw the RAF, but I do think that was coming from the Navy.
Yeah, I would agree. I think the Navy have pushed and pushed and pushed, and it finally paid off, like you said. It won't. We'll come back.
Heads down,
no, definitely not. It won't be heads down. If anything, it will be heads up. Like, let's come back from this, and we've got the ability to come back from it. So let's just show what we've got and what we've trained, and yeah. If
anything, it might hit that spark that possibly both sides needed, and sometimes not be coming from behind can be what you need.
Yeah. It can be motivation,
exactly.
Definitely. And the chat will be that pick ourselves up, get going again, and we've done it before, we'll do it again.
Libby Fox then not being able to convert her try, so it just remains 4-0 to the Royal Air Force.
It's a real shame that kick's not gone over. I think they could be really important later on. This is going to be a really close game.
I mean, it's a tough kick, but it didn't have the length on it either. And of course, it's tough.
I think as we've been speaking, like I said, the Navy have been really patient. They've slowly won that arm wrestle and kind of pitched territory.
Yeah.
And after that drop out went wrong, they really capitalised on it.
Well, all the times that they've been down this end, you know, the 3 or 4 attempts they'd already had, they kind of, you knew what was coming. So there's one argument that the RAF defended brilliantly, but they also probably should have seen that coming, that score. Although Libby Fox, for someone pretty slight, was able to, you know, barrage her way through 3 defence there at the end and get the ball down, crucially, which is what obviously the RAF failed to do at this end. But it is only 4-0, or 0-4 I should say, here at Wakefield Trinity. Just a quick summation of that half from my co-commentators. Bex Worsley, maybe with a neutral hat on. I know you've got a slight RAF tint, slight RAF slant, but just tell us briefly what's your summation of that half.
No, definitely, like you said, the Navy kind of like pinched away. They gained that ground just slowly, but worked on it, and eventually it did pay off. They got that try, and it was RAF good defence, really strong, and held it as well. Kept the defence going, which was great to see. Just need to come back now with that fight, and great that we have. I know we've got it, so hopefully the chat's going on. We'll get them back in and heads up and pull it out in the next half.
Yeah, so Emily, and you, quick summation from a neutral point of view?
I think pretty well matched in nearly all aspects. I think the thing that is winning this for the Navy now is the kick chase and the pressure put on the kicks that are made, and capitalising on those.
So the Navy need to do that more, you're saying?
Yeah, keep doing that.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you to Bex and Emily. They will be with us for the second half. Well, I hope so. I hope I haven't offended anyone off. They're going to disappear at half time. But yes, we'll have them back for the second half, so do join us in a few minutes. But we're going to take a short break. We've got some half-time content coming up for you. First of all, 3 memorable RAF versus Navy clashes over the years.
Hi, I'm Kyle Dixon, and this is In Case You Missed It. It was RAF v RAF in the Rugby World Cup quarter-finals, but it was Amy Cockaine's England who went through to the semis. Cockayne was a scorer in the first half in Bristol, as the Red Roses continued their championship challenge with a 40-8 win over Scotland. It's the end of the road for Air Force star Sarah Bonner after an impressive tournament. An Army soldier can call herself the number 2 in the world after winning silver at the World Masters Weightlifting Championships in Las Vegas. Kirstie Allen finished second in her category, losing out by just 12 points to the American champion Samantha Cools. It was bronze for the Army's Alex Parks and the RAF's Mike Cutler, while Army pair Russ Davis and Russ Turner finished just outside of the podium. Looking sharp for the inter-services, the British Army American football team revealed their new threads that they will wear for the first time against the Navy next month. The Army Jackals will be hoping to see the inter-services trophy come back in black. We're getting ready to crown a first ever Army Darts champion. The inaugural championship will take place at the Royal Military Academy Sandhurst on October the 23rd. This comes after darts was given Category 3 status by the Army Sport Control Board in February. RAF Hockey have paid tribute to their past by awarding some former players retrospective caps. 12 stars from their history were given their dues by Wing Commander David Oatley, the Deputy Chair of RAF Hockey. The list includes Phil Webber, who first played for his service in 1960, as well as others from the 70s, 80s and 90s.
In the skipper's hands again, she's barrelling her way through. She has done what she set out to do. She's pleased with that one.
And the Navy have got it, they're going to go over for their second!
And now it has boiled over, unfortunately. Opportunity for the RAF that are going to go through for the try, and it is Will Lamont. And now it has boiled over, unfortunately. I think this has been sort of coming, hasn't it? There's a lot of tension out there, and the referee there's a couple of fist fights breaking out. And Tilly, lovely grubber kick, and was he taken out? But Ben Chambers is over for the try again. Another try for Ben Chambers. That's his 5th try of the season in the inter-services. He picked up the loose and he collected it and went over for another try for the Navy.
Is there an overlap? They're looking to exploit. Was the pass there? Big hit. Try given. In the skipper's hands again. She's barrelling her way through. She has done what she set out to do. She's pleased with that one. Edged all the way to the wing. It's a try. Kim Grundy looking for that support. She's got support on the outside if she needs it. A deft inside pass, and we know that the wheels are there as Hannah McCabe comes in and dots down under the posts.
That's got through the middle, and that's going to be a score. Bradley with a little grubber kick through, and he's going to take it himself. And the captain, Liam Bradley, has scored for the Royal Air Force. And the Navy have got it, they're going to go over for their second. Oh, the RAF are annoyed about that, but that was another opportune try by the Royal Navy. Oh, hands on hips from the Royal Navy.
Oh, that's it.
And they've called it, and the RAF have won. They've won here at Burnaby Road. They have beat the 2-time reigning champions, the Royal Navy.
Touches down, get it, and that is a lovely try for the RAF.
Edged all the way to the wing. It's a try.
The RAF this time, and surely going over the line for the try. Yes, the try is given. Another drive forward from the Army. No one is going to stop him.
Another score for the Royal Navy. Another try, that's number 5.
Surely they're going to get a try this time. They are over.
Hello and welcome back to Wakefield Trinity, and at perfect timing as always as the ball is being lined up for the second half here between the Royal Air Force and the Royal Navy. Just one score in it, the Royal Navy crossing the line just before half time, and so the RAF with all of it to do. They had a brilliant defensive first half but possibly didn't make the best of a couple of opportunities they had. Navy on the other hand had plenty of opportunities and finally converted one of them, and they lead by just 4 points. And Bex and Emily are still with me, and Bex, I know you're finding it difficult as a RAF current playing member. It is difficult to see, you know, your friends, and also you want to be on the pitch as well. So I know if she does go a little bit quiet, that's why. But what do you think? Well, we think the spark would have been that try for both sides. So expecting a much more competitive second half.
Yeah, 100%. I think the try, obviously half-time talk as well, it will have just ignited something. So hopefully we can see the grit back and heads up, and hopefully a try or a couple.
Some kind of score would be great.
Yeah, it would be great.
The Royal Navy have started as they ended that first half, and Emily, a deserved try obviously for the Royal Navy, but purely mostly because they'd had about 4 or 5 goes at it, and it finally paid off.
Yeah, hopefully they're going to get right back up there and that's a nice carry there, and make more metres and win that arm wrestle again for that kind of territory.
So the sun peeking out from behind those clouds, but we do have the floodlights on here at Wakefield. A stunning stadium, which I know has had a lot of work done on it in the last couple of years, and some of that is still going on, but it is a great facility.
It's a nice little carry from Dina again.
Oh, is Leah off now? I was going to say she's a good carrier. She was difficult to manage. I think she's gone off now.
I believe that's Emily that is now on as well, that was just carrying.
Yeah, we'll have to figure our way through some of the changes that have been made.
We have Rach Robinson back on.
That's good news.
You won't keep her down for long.
I said she'd be back on.
Yeah, she will have been checked out after what we think was a little niggle to her knee.
She's such fun to play against.
And of course Kate Allen went off as well, but she's back on too, so...
Again, another one you can't keep down.
Yeah. So the RAF. Another great carry from Dina.
And then a great carry by Grace as well.
Communication again, I think it's just carried it in on the 5th and last again. It's small things like that the Navy's going to capitalise on.
Yeah, we definitely need to work on the communication there. If we're carrying on the 5th and last, it's definitely a communication issue, and we need to be getting that number out to the line and utilising it.
Good work by Rachel and Grace. They're on the 3rd tackle together.
It's a good combo, isn't it?
I was about to say little and large working together.
I didn't say it. I was going to say it, but you can say it.
It's easy to say who's going high and who's going low.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's probably something I couldn't have got away with, but as someone who scrubs down with them every week, I think you can.
Yeah, I think call it payback for the black eye from Grace.
Dina again with
a
lovely
really
cut.
good carry.
Lovely carry.
She's really good at driving through the tackle as well.
It's just having the confidence, isn't it? Emily was saying knee drive, you know, just keep it going.
Yeah, and I'm pushing through and not thinking they're definitely going to take me down, you know. Again, Rachel's another one that just, Rachel Cousins, she just does it, she just drives through.
She's great at the push-off, hand push-off.
Yeah.
And the RAF looking a lot more promising here, really flowing rugby here.
Like I said, I think that fire's been lit.
Yeah.
You can see it a little bit more now as well.
Most bit of inventive play so far. I don't know if Rachel's back on and she's controlling them a bit.
Possibly, yes. Lost a bit of territory there, the RAF, but
I think that's a good 9. You know, if they can control the play, working with the captain and the team. Definitely.
I mean, that's their job, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
5th and last day. Let's see if they can do what the Navy's done. Ooh. Not quite gone to
quite yet.
I think they'll be annoyed at that a little bit.
Yeah,
it's a bit messy.
Almost carbon copy of what the Navy had set up, and they could have pinched the move.
Potentially, yeah. But again, you know, it's in the past. You keep your head up, you move forward, and they'll get ready now. And
yeah, I mean, 4 points is nothing, is it? So
everybody loves a comeback.
Yeah, both teams more than capable of scoring higher than that, but it says a lot, I suppose, about that arm wrestle and the equal skill level of each side.
Yes, I think we've just had another change as well. I believe Isla's come back on, and Beth has gone off.
Okay.
I think it might be Beth.
And we've got Emily Axton here on the right wing here. As Royal Navy are back in possession. And at least half of this Wakefield pitch is bathed in sunshine, some lovely evening Yorkshire sunshine. And of course Hull, which will see the third and final round of this year's inter-services. Well, feels like it's just down the road, to be honest.
I think a player to know it's probably been Grace in defence. Maybe it's having that bit more of playing experience, playing at higher levels, because I know she's played for Warrington and Huddersfield, is joining the tackle and being that third man, applying weight, making it last longer, and really giving your team time to get back in defence. She's done that quite a few times now, and it's worked quite well. So I think that the rest of the girls can maybe start to do and implement and give their team more time in defence and really slow down the Navy's play the ball.
I mean, that back three for the RAF, I say back three, but it's actually back three in numbers, but Grace Burnett, Dina Gray and Hannah South, who obviously we saw go off earlier. And we're just seeing another injury here to the Royal Navy, so a bit of a lapse in play here, but they have such an integral part, they're part of the forward pack, so to speak, in rugby league, but they can play like backs as well.
Yeah, and I think that's credit to them if you can do both and utilise on that skill. It really does help the whole team out.
And it's Abigail Ashby who's been down for the Royal Navy, but thankfully she has stood back up and is gonna go forward with her Royal Navy colleagues. And my co-commentators are having another giggle. I feel like I'm not part of a private joke.
Well, I just wanted to say, you were saying there that some of the forwards have got some gas and can get about the pitch. On Grace's sheet she sent me, she's bragging that she can run a 47-minute 10k.
Yeah, I have been on a run with Grace. She's got some pace on her.
But look at the size of her legs.
Yeah,
of course she does.
I can say I struggled a little bit, but yeah. It's great that she can do both, though, because you do need those players as well.
Of course. Royal Navy then ahead in this game by just 4, the single try. It would be highly unusual, I think, for that to be the only score of the game, but it does look that this is a very game of attrition. We've got a very attritional battle. Two equally matched sides.
I know we spoke about the kind of lack of handling errors, but also lack of missed tackles. People are really putting in the effort. They're getting there, and it's going well.
And that's why it feels like there's not been a lot of flow, I suppose, because there's been some really good tackles.
Yeah, and things like what's just happened there, not getting the ball out and quick enough, and we utilised on that, and now we have possession. It's things like that we need to keep pushing and keep on. Just to keep the gameplay going.
Oh, unfortunate. Dina Gray losing the ball there in the tackle. Oh, a tip tackle there. That was enormous. Wow, and she's still up.
I don't think she liked that at all.
No, that's going to spark another fire. Oh, this second half's got so much more bite than the first half had. Brilliant to see.
I'm usually a lover of the underdog, and unfortunately, historically, that's always been the Navy, but they're performing brilliantly.
Yeah, I think they've definitely got the fire lit under them at the moment.
Like I said, for these girls to come out and have not played a warm-up game, any fixtures in the season, they're doing absolutely amazing. Look at this play now.
Lovely again. Banks always in... Sorry, that's Florence Mullett, but... yeah, it's still messy at times, but when they're on it, they're on it. And the RAF again, their defence being called in, and they have a potential injury down here as well, unfortunately.
Dina on the floor.
And it's Dina who lost the ball in the tackle, and may well have, but she carried on, but she's picked up something here. So, yeah, a little lull in play as Dina Gray second row forward for the Royal Air Force is checked out, and I see that Frankie O'Connell is on.
She's straight in there.
Yeah, brilliant. I love that.
It gives you confidence as a team, though, as well. If you know that you've got someone that's straight there with you, and if you're down, they're going to be there. It does help.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a military thing, isn't it? This is everyone's like third, fourth job. You've all got so many other skills in different areas, and running this, that, and the other, and yeah, and of course all the support staff are military, aren't they? So it's not, everyone's got a different skill, everyone's involved, and four different jobs going on at the same time.
Yeah, and this year, for example, obviously I've got my normal military job, I'm a player, and I'm also the assistant team manager.
And
like to keep yourself busy.
Yes, he's an anchor commentator, when you can call him.
Of course, of course.
You could write a book with all those stories you've got over the last couple of years. inside track of military rugby, women's rugby league.
Oh yeah, I'd have a lot to say.
I know.
I think we were speaking earlier on about the importance of playing at good grounds,
Yes.
and what that means, especially to the women, because not always do we have that opportunity, and to be in locations like this and in Hull, really show off our talent and give us a pitch that's like good enough for us to play on, really.
Do the pitches at venues like this, I know they're not any bigger, but do they feel bigger because you've got the whole stadium, normally even without a crowd, like they look bigger. This looks bigger than Burnaby Road, but of course it isn't, because they have to be a certain size wherever you are in the world. But as Dina Gray there goes off and get herself checked out, but yeah, does it feel bigger?
I think it feels more important.
Okay.
It makes people feel more nervous.
Right,
because
okay,
of the
there's that
seats.
pressure.
Yeah, and like even when I've played rugby union, say at the pitch opposite Twickenham, and everyone's around the pitch, you can't see everyone. You can only see like the first row of people when you're on the pitch. But when the stands are full and there's people sat at the back, that's quite intimidating.
Yeah.
And I really hope that Inter-Services going forward is going to get more of a following. I have submitted a few ideas of how we could make it more interesting, but we'll see.
Military sport in general, in a lot of the football now, rugby of course for a while, the cricket, a lot of it's now being played in services level at really amazing grounds, and it's only right then that every sport can follow. But I know that's a question of money and support from higher up and stuff like that, but yeah, certainly Wakefield and Hull have been worthy venues over the last couple of years.
Yeah, and reliable as well, I think.
Yeah.
For us to be able to come here 2 seasons in a row, it's kind of making our kind of stamp where these games happen and what Inter-Services look like.
Yeah, I think it helps the girls as well. I know that Isla was telling me that one of her first games in league was here, and it brings back a good memory for her. So.
Yeah. So the Royal Navy then still just ahead by 1 try, and a bit of mishandling there. Rachel straight in.
Yeah, that was quick from Rachel. She saw the opportunity and she dived on
hooker.
it. Yeah.
She winded herself.
It's happened before.
Well, as we were saying, such a crucial role being hooker, and they are, I suppose a central and the fulcrum on which the rest of the team swings, I guess.
Yeah.
Just thinking about what I want to see from the RAF and what might help them get over the try line. I'd really love them to have a really well organised fifth and last, a good long kick and that kick pressure, and potentially get the double down, which we call the tackling past the try line.
Yeah. So Rachel has, I think, done herself a mischief, so she's on the sideline again. Rachel Robertson, that is. So the RAF, yes, again, with it all to do. Lovely cut there.
And that'll be Amy Ayres again that will come in and replace Rachel Robinson.
Absolutely, like for like. Nice to see. What can Grace Burnett do with this?
Good leg drive.
Carry Navy defence. Still not down.
And you can hear that communication even up here from the RAF team. The shouting from the captain forward. It really does help. It helps drive. It helps you keep going. And I think we need to keep that up, keep the communication up, keep
Absolutely.
the motivation going.
Rachel Cousins again, her and Grace Burnett, for obvious reasons, do stand out, but Jodie Rawlinson for the RAF, another good carry.
Again, making ground, which is what we need.
Absolutely. What can they do from here? So that's.
And we've got a chase on it.
Absolutely brilliant. Oh yes,
Oh,
and the RAF
still on,
against
still
Kate
on.
Allen. Kate Allen with a great pick up for her side.
I think
But
maybe
no, I
made
think-
a bit of a mistake there.
Well,
Well, no, they've got the ball. I was going to say it was Rip with 2 in the tackle, but
I thought she'd knocked it forward, but no score though.
But again, they need to start utilising this speed and the gaps being so close to the try line.
Yeah, it's they've been here before and it hasn't.
Yeah.
We're seeing a lot of action down this end of the pitch, as we said. So, action off to our right as we speak, and the Navy having to do what the RAF did so many times in the first half, which was come from their own try line.
the RAF really need to try and keep them down this end
Yeah.
to build for their attacking phase.
Yeah, I would agree. If we can lower that ground gain by the Navy, we can utilise the attack.
And there we go, and there you have it. Bit of indecision here about what's. But yeah, perfect position for the RAF. They have.
Yeah, we've got an opportunity here.
Yeah,
if we
made the
play
ground.
this right and we put into practice the skills that we've been doing, definitely could be incoming.
Well, you get a whole new 6 from here. Kate Allen, the captain, with the put in. And yeah, just do what you've been doing. It's just it seems to be that last move that isn't quite clinical enough.
Good
Yeah.
pick from the scrum.
Great work from Jess
You need-
Wood.
Work left, work left. Oh. Such a big space they had over there on the left. What a shame.
Yeah, I think
Wasted again, I'm afraid.
I
But
think the frustrations come through there a little bit.
I think there's the excitement. I think that's probably got both teams, the Navy in the first half, the RAF in this half. Oh, we've got to move on. We're in good position. We've got something set, and then there's a mistake, unfortunately.
it's so easy to say back to basics. You know,
Yeah.
you're that close. You're 10 metres out. Back to basics. Don't try to do anything clever.
Yeah, definitely safe rugby.
Yeah.
When you're that close, definitely safe rugby.
So the Royal Navy then back in possession. They are still just ahead with 1 try.
Both teams seem to be a really big fan of the pick and go at the base of the scrum.
Yeah, I think like we said, fairly similar teams in setup and skills.
Yeah, 'cause in the army we have the hooker at the back, and we like to get the ball wide early as possible.
Should you need to know for next week.
Noted.
Oh, Kate Allen with an
she's done well there.
She's going to run on. Oh, but she got tripped. Is that?
Yeah,
Yeah, she's trying to call for that. She was tripped. That's an off the ball.
she was also held back a little bit.
Not been called, but
You can but try, can't you?
well, yeah, absolutely. Plead as much as you
Yeah.
like, but
I think when she made that break, she should have just head down and went for it and tried to make as many metres as she could.
I think as well, if she'd had more people with her back up, fast up onto the ball, it probably could have played out a bit better as well.
but yeah, she saw an opportunity and she ran with it. But yeah, perhaps if she kept hold of it rather than tried the little grubber. Royal Navy then with space
Oh,
here on
lovely
the left
line.
wing.
That is a really good
Lovely
run.
line. That's Abigail Ashby from Royal Navy Women.
Abby Ashby's also playing for London Broncos this season with Sean.
There we go. So some high star quality returning to the Royal Navy setup.
And this is where there's the potential for the improvement in the girls to have come from, because when you're training alongside girls that know what they're doing, have got loads of game experience, your game's only going to improve.
And this Navy with a great opportunity here to go. Oh, I jinxed her there, but it did go backwards, so we'll kick up. And are they going to follow? Oh. Also, that went forwards, unfortunately. That's the RAF. They're going to pick it up.
On now.
Play advantage, and she's got the legs, and she got the legs. It's Ashby over for the Navy's second try. He's just checking with the touch judge. Did that go down cleanly? Yes, it's been awarded. The Royal Navy have 2. And Abby Ashby, there we go, showing her.
She knows the way to the try line.
Yeah, London Broncos skills there from Abigail Ashby.
And that was really taking advantage of broken play there.
Yeah, I think she saw the gap and she definitely utilised it, and like you said, made a use of that broken play.
Yeah,
it's another really difficult kick here.
Are any of them easy? Yeah, the RAF sort of. Yeah, they needed to clean that up better, didn't they? Because the first one wasn't forward; it just went through the hands, and then.
Yeah, I think they kind of lost themselves a little bit there. The turn and face, kind of getting back into that defensive line. Yeah. They have been really good at it. I think they just lost it a little bit there. Maybe pressure from being so close to the try line.
And so the Royal Navy doubling their score, doubling their lead, and they are now 8 points to the good. As Libby Fox, who scored the first try, will take on another very difficult kick for 2 points. Matt Bayliss running out with the kicking tee.
I think looking at the 2 huddles of girls at RAF, potentially at that stage where they really need that head lift, they need someone in the leadership to come and really give them a boost and maybe set small targets for the next defensive and attacking sets. And the Navy, if I'm honest, I was expecting to see them more like jumping for joy, but they're staying humble, and I think that will do them well, and hopefully they manage to get another try.
Yeah, the Navy very much stuck to their game plan. I'm surprised. I'm surprised to see them that the RAF haven't scored yet. I think that's what I'm more surprised yet, that they haven't come back and in retaliation.
Yeah, I think the Navy they're doing well at keeping their heads and keeping
no extra 2 points from the Navy.
Keeping themselves, like you said, humble and grounded, just to keep the play going. It's nice to see.
Do you think the RAF had a couple of knocks and people have been coming and going? Do you think that sort of disrupts their rhythm a little bit as well?
A little bit, yeah. I think sometimes if you're not expecting the changes, or changes are made mid-play or anything like that, can throw you out slightly. Knocks as well, if you're feeling it a little bit.
Yeah.
It takes you a second to get back, get your breath.
I think Grace Spinnett's had an impact on this game just purely because of her strength of play. But I do think they've dealt with her really well, the Navy, and that could be another reason the RAF haven't crossed, is they haven't let Grace play the game she wants to play.
Yeah, I think sometimes you forget to utilise your players where the strength is. You want everyone to have their go, you want everyone to have hands on the ball, but sometimes you do have to let the players that can carry the ball and get it up for you.
Yeah. Well, listen, Bex, the RAF have been handed another golden opportunity here from the kick-off, a knock-on by the Royal Navy. And yet again, we're in that position where the RAF should score.
Should, hopefully. Yeah. It is very tense. I'm hoping they utilise this and keep their heads and... Yeah.
I have not had a co-commentator as tense as you on my many years.
It is so hard not playing. It is really hard not playing and watching.
I bet.
Just trying to keep everyone, like, you just want to scream at them as well.
Yeah, please don't scream. These microphones are quite sensitive.
They're all really compact there in attack. All of the RAF team is on the left side of the pitch. Be interesting to see what they do here.
Yeah, maybe the pick up and go that the Navy adopted.
That was a really good run.
That's Jesswood again. She did that.
Yeah.
She's done that a couple of times, so it's obviously working for them. Emma Saunders has carried well.
Yeah.
Emma Saunders has carried well in this game.
Well matched both sides.
Yeah.
A bit of lack of line speed in the middle there from the Navy, potentially showing their middles are tired.
Amy Hare's out to Allen. Kate Allen leading her side out to Burnett. Oh, she juggles it, but it's still hers. She's walking with. Still can't get her down.
We need to.
Hares again.
Yeah.
Out to the right.
Oh, the Navy's doing well here to defend this.
Yeah, it's not very clean from the RAF, but they've still got the ball.
We need to tidy up a little bit here.
But they're very, very close, Bex. Another attempt from Amy Hares in that hooker position. And Isla Cooper again out to Allen, and she's a grabber kick forward again, but she's had to pick up her own kick. Oh, what's the ref going to say about this? Oh, it's a Navy ball, but yeah, again, they look a little bit again like they've got that try line fever, haven't they? That's sort of, they're so desperate to get to it. It's maybe in the heads a little bit.
I think as well, like I know what they're trying to do, and they're trying new techniques and they're trying stuff that they've been working on. I think sometimes if it's not working and you've tried it, you do have to go back to the basics.
Back to basics, yeah.
Yeah, it just didn't look very pretty there for Eva. Very twitchy moment for the Navy in defence as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to see them pushing up on the Navy defence and getting them sweating a little bit, but...
And look what they're doing now. I mean, the Navy have made, in the last three, have made almost no metres whatsoever. So the RAF are holding them back. And defence again.
Yeah, the defence is on point. They're doing really well with defence. We just need to turn that round on the attack as well.
Of course, she's a slippery character, that one. She's slipped loads of tackles, hasn't she?
Yeah. The Navy then, with a couple more goes at it. The RAF, I think, will be pleased with this set if it goes no further. And this will be a kick. Right down the middle. It's got the distance, but...
That's all right, found her foot.
Yeah,
good follow-up tackle.
Sam Wayne with the ball back to Amy Hares, and the RAF go again. They've got a little more meterage to get here. It's going to be
yeah, I think that
was a bit vicious. There's quite a lot of crowd reaction. I say crowd reaction, it's from the RAF support staff, and the ref Pete Smith from the Army is going to call on one of his touch judges to see.
I think that's come from the Navy. I watched the last few tackles. They really struggled to come off the line. I think they're showing a bit of tiredness there, and that's caused this mistake.
Yeah, I don't think there's any vicious play there. I think it was just a genuine mistake, but you can't afford those mistakes at this point. You know, you've got to be so careful with the tackles. And
exactly, got to maintain your discipline and keep that standard high.
Yeah, and I think it's hard when you are tired. You know, it is easy to lose that structure and that discipline. But
no one's suggesting any malicious action at all. But yeah, you've got to keep these players safe, and it was.
And we've got a thumbs up from Isla, so all is well.
Isla Cooper then going off to get checked out, and
I'm going to have a chat with the captain and the player. Let's see what comes of this.
Yes, it's Rhiannon Dillmore who's the one who made the tackle. So
yellow card.
Yellow card.
We'll see what happens now. You know, it's a bit of a bummer for the Navy, but hopefully the RAF can utilise that one-up player
and a yellow card in rugby league. Just explain what that means for the Royal Navy.
Down a player for 10 minutes.
It's 10 minutes, right? So yeah, not a huge amount of time remaining, to be honest. That could seal it for the rest of the game, to be honest. I think the Royal Navy will be down a player until the end.
Yeah, I think this could go one way or the other for the Navy. Like I said, struggling to come off the line just before that happened. This will either give them all that motivation to defend well and hard, or it will really get the Reds down and potentially get a try for the RAF.
Again, it can do the same for the RAF. They can either utilise that player or, you know, panic.
I'm calling for another vicious tackle. I say vicious, I'm
high.
They're
High.
calling for high, yeah.
I don't think we ever mean vicious, just high tackles.
I'm not saying they mean it's
No,
vicious.
yeah, it looks
tackles
vicious.
Yeah.
It looks vicious. And it's not fun. Having a high tackle, it's not fun, but, you know, like we said earlier, these things happen, and when you're tired and that discipline drops,
Yeah.
this is what happens.
And that's
That's
Eloise
Eloise,
Messam,
yeah.
isn't it, who's down? But she's up and chatting, so putting
to
a
be-
mouth guard back in.
Yeah, to be fair with discipline, the team weren't given any warnings of high tackles. It was very
Okay.
quick to escalate to that yellow card, and then obviously this one again now. And looks like there's no
No
card coming from that.
repercussions for that, but it will be RAF ball, and yet again they're given some great position, and they have got just 10 minutes remaining to pull back 2 tries by the Royal Navy, who are currently winning this fixture 8
Great
points
defence.
to good.
I can see it there. I can see the RAF 9. She was plotting something. They're getting excited.
Alan again, fed from
Oh, she's managed to get that ball away.
Kate Allen crawling to make her. Oh no, it's not even Allen anymore. Sorry, Jodie Rawlinson crawling to make some meters there. Back to Cousins.
Getting
The
really
RAF,
close.
yeah, they've got that try in their sights again.
Yeah, they're really pushing for it now. They
Grace
really want
Burnett
it.
has got through and she's down.
She's held up, I think.
Oh, again,
Yeah.
oh girls.
The Navy have just got that down.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think they know, they must have studied Grace because, well, of course they have.
Yeah.
You know, of course they have. But it'll be RAF ball, and twice that's been held up by the Royal Air Force. But yet again, they've got the space. It'll grab a kick, but that's not gonna.
Too much on that, I think.
Far too much, yeah.
Not the chase on it either. It needs to be a
No.
bit quick on that
If
chase
the
as
Navy
well.
know what to do now.
Well, they
then
had
know.
space out the left, the RAF, and they were a little bit try-line focused there.
Yeah, they don't know. They've got to get to the middle of the pitch before they can take that out.
I think sometimes when you're that close to the try line, you get blinkers. And
Yeah, absolutely. It's that try-line fever, isn't it?
I think what the RAF might have to start to do is use Grace as a decoy runner.
Yeah.
And hit someone out the back.
Could be a really good tactic.
Royal Navy then, 8 points to the good here. Wakefield, it's getting a bit feisty out there.
Navy need to be careful though. I think close
Yes.
to that being a knock on at the play boy.
Again, that was really good from Kate, noticing that slow play and utilising that attack.
So the RAF doing everything right, but they're yet to cross that whitewash successfully.
I think that slowed down the play as well. You could see the Navy player trying to usher her player up,
Yeah.
which gives us chance to get back as well in defence.
I think that's something that we actually picked up the RAF for in the first half was the lack of action at marker, and that's something that's greatly improved this half, I feel.
Yeah. I think that's just another.
It's another knock, I think,
another-
Alan.
Yeah.
It's a physical game.
Well, there's been many of them, haven't there?
I believe that was a told to come off more than a. Which sometimes, you know, you do have to listen to your physios and.
She's got a persuasive arm pushing her
Yeah.
off.
That's the only way I'll go off.
I'll pick you up and carry you off. It is hard though when you're in that moment. You do want to keep your team going. You want to play, and you're like, no, I can keep going, but.
And Joanna Banks as well, the Navy hooker, just being checked out on the ground there too.
And then I believe coming on for us is Robin Baker.
Wearing number 20.
Fun fact about Robin, she used to do ballet and gymnastics growing up, so a bit of a change coming across to rugby league.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's in the Rugby World Cup, Women's Rugby World Cup Union at the moment, there's an Australian player who also used to be a gymnast, absolutely phenomenal player on the wing. And I sort of thought, God, yeah, that's a bit of a jump, isn't it? Gymnastics and ballet to rugby. But she's got the power in her legs and the...
Well, we've got our army superstar,
skills.
Ella Donnelly. She's a gymnast. And obviously
Still a
now,
gymnast? Or
well, still a
was
gymnast. Well, she shows us all up in stretching sessions. But yeah, she's doing brilliantly at the minute for Leeds Rhinos.
Ella Donnelly. So yeah, she takes all the stretching
Dr.
sessions.
Donnelly.
Oh, Dr. Donnelly. she should take all the stretching sessions and you'd all be tested.
I think I might snap.
Yeah, what a funny mix, but it just shows you, doesn't it?
We get a lot of netballers and footballers.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of netballers come across.
Really good perception of space.
I love that about military sport. You often find the same faces in about 3 different sports.
Yeah, some of us are stealing a wage just playing sport all year.
Well, yeah, it's how not to do your main job for 12 months.
How much can you get away with?
I'm glad you said it, not me. So the Royal Navy then, with just 5 minutes remaining here at Wakefield Trinity.
Navy's kind of resorted back to some very basic play there, like 2 scoops of the ball, 1-up carries, and not much in support.
Well, Navy don't need to do much here. Obviously, they're always going to try and score, but they've got a good, comfortable lead at the minute. Lovely drive through. Good defence, though, from the RAF. But possibly a little bit too late.
Maybe a little bit flat. And, oh, yeah. Oh, she's done well there to step back, get out of that tackle.
All being held up on her own try line. I can't see a ball.
No, I think Grace is holding that up, I believe, maybe.
Yeah, so Grace, but taste of her own medicine. Grace is like, I've got it.
I think Grace and Rachel Cousins, that was a team effort.
Great defence from the Royal Air Force. Doing what is done to them, but it would be Royal Navy ball. And of course, with just 3 minutes remaining here, the Royal Navy lead by 8. The RAF yet to score. And so, we'll kick forward, but that'll be safe in the hands of our gymnast ballerina.
Navy, like I said, Navy really could have done with getting that back over the try line, making that tackle again behind the line.
And do you know what? Robin Baker didn't look that secure under that, and I think the Navy could have pressurised a little bit better. Yeah. But the Royal Air Force will come away with it, but fumbled it, and that's gone forward. I think the Navy think it's. I think some of them thought that might be full time. But
they're hoping.
Yeah, exactly.
There's definitely an increase in noise.
Yeah, there were a few sort of celebratory jumps, but not according to our clock. So potentially coming close to the last play of this fixture. The Royal Navy with 8. The Royal Air Force have not scored in this game. A bit of dithering about. Is there a ball? Someone can't find a ball.
Sean's got the ball.
There is a ball, yeah.
I think they were just figuring out positions and
having a reshuffle.
Time, maybe killing time.
Well, there is that. The cynical amongst us would say it, but yeah, the Royal Navy, knowing that if they can keep on this ball, a great run there on the right.
Tackle. Could have done with pushing her off the pitch there.
Yeah, I was about to say that would have been a better.
Good strength in that carry.
But still, you know, good tackle, good defence.
The Navy then.
Navy can do it getting it wide now.
Yeah.
I think there's only so many times you can take these short carries in and they come off.
I've got the times.
I think they might have heard you then.
Even wider, even wider. Will they be able to finish this fixture in style? Bounce again with the ball, but no.
That pressure just...
Great pressure from the RAF. Still in it. That full 80 minutes as the clock ticks over. And this will be great celebrations for the Royal Navy women. And we are very much in, the clock has gone into the red, so by our clock this should be last play of the game. And of course the clock doesn't finish until the set is played.
And you make use of all that time, you know, you keep playing till...
Oh, that was lovely there. I think Rachel's now on as half, and she's just put Grace in the gap there.
So Amy Hare's stood in as a hooker, and Rachel's come on as well.
I think it's really important in a game, a wise old head and really good organisational skills. Potentially something they should have considered earlier on.
They'll be the wounded warrior when they play you next week.
Oh, that's a shame.
Oh, unlucky from Grace, but it's gone backwards. Or not.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened.
I think he said knock on. Yeah, didn't look like it. Looked like it had gone backwards to me, but I am not a referee. So I keep saying it, but clock has gone into the red.
I think before the game finishes, I need to mention for Caitlin Bark and Rachel Marley for the nonsense they're trying to get me to read out on this sheet of paper.
So you can't read it out, but you're going to thank them for sending it.
Yeah, thank you. It's very entertaining.
Brilliant. Royal Navy then with the put in. Rachel Robertson making sure she makes no sneaky meters there. And it's Ashby.
Really good pressure from Grace and Beth there as well.
Can the Royal Navy finish in style? I said that already when I thought it was last play, but we go on here at Wakefield Trinity, but they do lead by 2 tries to nothing. 8 points to the good for the senior service. I think Banks has had a really good game at hooker for the Royal Navy. Yeah, still a lot of chat from the Royal Air Force specs. They're still in it.
They're still holding that defence. They're still trying.
They're not going to give up until...
Pressure now.
Oh, lovely take.
Who's come away with
really
it?
good defence. It's the Royal Air Force. Absolutely brilliant defence.
Kate Allen that got that.
She's back on.
She's back on.
It's like a
I
yo-yo.
told you these girls don't quit.
Of course they don't. Messing with the ball for the Royal Air Force.
I think the RAF could have really done with a quick play the ball there, and they were on a bit of a roll. Slowed it down a bit.
Yeah, I think they could have utilised that. And
yeah. But, they are not going to give
got
up.
The ball
a nice little offload there.
Brilliant. Lost a lot of metres, but it's still safe with the Air Force as they look to make some impression on this game in the dying minutes against the Royal Navy. And it's been called. And I think that is Francesca Savage down. The Royal Navy. And plenty of injury time being played here. We've had a fair few knocks.
I think from the Navy, from me, both Sian and Abby Ashby proved to be really valuable in the team and have really done well in this game.
Yeah, they've really put in the graft, you know, credit to them. They've kept pushing and pushing and put the pressure on. It shows.
I think for the RAF, I'm liking the look of, is it Leah?
Leah Bradley.
Yeah, I think she carried the ball really well. And like I said, Grace, she come on and showed a bit of experience with the way she's running the defence. And as always, shout out to my Rachel Robinson.
And Hannah South, before she went off injured, and she's not one that's been able to come back on, but Hannah...
No, unfortunately not. I think she'll be a bit miffed about that, but yeah. These things happen and, you know, you've got to listen and hopefully she'll be back for the Army game.
Yeah, and of course that is 3 games again on Sunday the 28th of September in Hull. And that will be the final round of Inter-Services Rugby League for this year, and that is the Army's game up against the Royal Air Force. The Academy game, of course, comes first, and then the women and the senior men. The women and the men will be streamed live, so do join us again on the Forces News YouTube channel. And the RAF again.
Oh, that was so unfortunate.
It's a bit of a bullet from Rachel.
Yeah.
To Grace, who couldn't quite handle that. So,
to be honest, that's what I've been waiting for all game, is some kind of
the
plays.
interlink,
the tactical play.
Yeah.
And now they would have done that 100 times, you know, with each other. It's just unfortunate.
I think that goes back to earlier when we said, you know, they're both trying to figure each other out, trying to settle, and I think they just never quite got past that point, if that makes sense. Like, they could have utilised some of those movements and got into it and tried them a bit earlier.
Exactly. If Rachel's got that vision and control, she should definitely be using it more within the fixture and potentially put on it at half earlier.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's good to see it coming out now, but...
Well, Royal Navy, I mean, they haven't seemed like they've been in control this whole game, but going on the points difference on the scoreboard.
They've just played a very steady game. Like I said, chipping away at that kind of territory.
Yep.
And then just took advantage and plopped over the try line.
Yeah, I definitely saw signs of that in the game last week against the Army, and they've come good today. So...
yeah, I think your defence can be immense, but if you keep chipping at it, eventually something's going to crack.
Yeah, absolutely.
Navy's got an opportunity here. See if they can build on this. Good to see Pete Smith in the middle.
Yes.
He's been there. He dedicated a lot of time and effort to our rugby league over the years. Photography, refereeing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Pete Smith, the man in the middle, and he's got Guy Pallett from the Royal Navy and James Jondrell from the RAF as touch judges. And Libby Fox here is going to kick for goal. And seal what I assume will be a Navy win here.
Hope the girls know if it don't go over, it's still live.
True. So Libby Fox then for the Royal Navy. She has been unsuccessful in 2 other kicks today. This one a little more straightforward. But no, has not made the distance, but that's a knock-on by the RAF.
That's all right, maybe got another opportunity.
Yeah.
Different platform, try from the scrum.
Pressure, oh, the game's ended, yeah. Do you think that might happen? We've been in the red for about 8 minutes.
I was waiting for it, I was like, it's got to come soon.
So, no bonus points for the Royal Navy, but a very ecstatic Royal Navy women's side to have beaten the RAF here. 2 tries to them, 8 points, and I think possibly for them an even bigger win is the fact that they kept the RAF scoreless. And I know, Bex, you'll be disappointed by this, but we're going to wrap up really quickly because we've got the men's coming hot on the heels of this game. But yeah, a win for the Royal Navy women, 8 points, and nothing for the RAF. Are you surprised to see them scoreless? I know you'll be disappointed. I want to try and put a neutral hat on you at the minute.
Yeah.
But surprised that they couldn't get over.
Yeah, neutral hat. Yeah, I am a bit surprised. You know, in the past they've come back, and you know I was expecting it a little bit with the neutral hat. But you know, credit to them, they stuck with the defence and they gave the Navy a tough run on defence. But credit to the Navy, they pushed through and they kept going, and you know the points show for it. So. You know, happy for them in that respect, and yeah, hopefully we can come back and reset and show what we've got.
Still got another go at it next week against the Army, but the Navy, Emily, have won this. They showed signs of it. They've been showing signs of it for a while. It wasn't the most polished performance. They've still got a lot to work on, but a deserved win for them in the end.
It just goes to show that good defence and simple rugby can win games, and the girls have worked really hard, should be really proud of themselves, and yeah, I'm proud of them.
Well, thank you so much to Emily White and to Bex Worsley for joining us again. I know it's difficult when you can't play for both of you. Even Emily, who doesn't play for either of these teams, I'm sure would still rather be playing. But we appreciate. Emily, we'll see you in a week and a bit, and we'll see both of you up in Hull for those games. And but from us, from BFBS, do stay with us. We're back live in, less than half an hour, because the men's kick off at 7:15. So do stay with us on BFBS Forces News. Go and get your tea, sort yourself out for the next half an hour, and we'll be back live for the senior men's game, Royal Air Force against Royal Navy. And of course, I don't want to jinx them, but the Royal Navy could win the tournament if they win against the RAF here and don't take it to third week. But, you know, hopefully they're not listening. But thanks very much from us. We'll join you again in half an hour. And just to say that the Royal Navy women have won here, 8 points to the RAS, nothing. Goodbye and see you soon.
Touches down, get in, and that is a lovely try for the RAF.
Edged all the way to the wing. It's a try.
The RAF this time, and surely going over the line for the try. Yes, the try is given. Another drive forward from the Army. No one is going to stop him.
Another score for the Royal Navy. Another try, that's number 5.
Surely they're going to get a try this time. They are over.